So here we have 2017 Junior Cert Ordinary Level Paper 1, and this is question 3. On the first set we have Kyle has a job in Cashel Cineplex. He works every Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. How many hours does he work a week? How many hours per week? So if he works to get from 6 to 7, so if we want to get how many hours he works on, say, every day, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or I could just go 11 take 6. So 6 to 7 is 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he works 5 hours, or I could do 11 take 6. So he works 5 hours on Friday and Saturday. But how many hours does he work every week? Well, if he works 5 hours Friday and 5 hours on Saturday, well, altogether he's going to work 10 hours. And then we're told Kyle earns €95 in total every week. Find how much he earns per hour. Well, if 10 hours equal €95, if I want to get what 1 hour is, I'm going to have to divide both sides by 10. So 1 hour is equal to 95 divided by 10, and that should give me 9.5. Yeah, so $9.50 per hour is what he earns. So Kyle saves 70% of the night. So Kyle saves 70%. He spends the rest of his money. How much he spends? So he saves 70% of this €95. He spends the remainder, and we want to figure out spends the remainder each Sunday. So I want to figure out how much he spends each Sunday. Well, firstly, in order to get 95% of 70% of 95, I'm going to have to write 75% as a decimal. And a handy way to write it as a decimal is put 75 over 100. And if I plug that into my calculator, I'll get 0.7. So I can multiply 95 by 70 over 100. So I can stick it as 100 to get it as a decimal. Or I can say 95 by 0.7, and that'll give me say 70%. So then I get 66.5. So he saves 66.5. So if I want to get how much money he spends, it'll be 95 take 66.5, and I'll get 28.50. I could have also multiplied 95 by, if he saves 70%, well then he would have spent 30%. So if I multiplied 95 by 0.3, I would have got that answer as well. So 95 by 0.3, and I also get 28.50. So I had two options, what way I wanted to do that. And then in part B, it says Kyle's mum. So Kyle's mum has 20 beehives. So his mum has 20 beehives. She has 60,000 beehives in each beehive, 60,000 bees in each beehive, and each bee makes an average of, so each bee makes an average of 0.7 grams of honey in its life. Find how many grams of honey are made in total by the bees in these 20 beehives. Well, we have 20 beehives, so we have so say if I wanted to figure out how many, so one bee gives me 0.7 grams of honey. So if I want to get how many 60,000 bees get, so it'd be 60, so say if I want to, the amount of bees I have 20 beehives, but I have 60,000 bees in each. So to get the amount of bees I have in total, it'll be 20 by 60,000. So 20 by 60,000, and then but I also know that each bee makes me 0.7 grams. So if I want to figure out how much I get in total from these, so if one bee gives me this, well then this many bees will give me, I have to multiply both sides, I have to multiply this by 0.7, so because if one bee gives me this many and then I have this many bees, 20 by 60,000, well then I'm going to have 20 by 60,000 of this as well. So 20 by 60,000 by 0.7, and I get 840,000. So they want me to write in my answer in the form a by 10 to the power of n, where this a is between 1 and 10. So a is greater than, this just means a is greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to 10, so between 1 and 10. So what I would do is I'd say, well, my decimal point is here right now. So if I want to make this number smaller, I'm going to have to move my decimal point in. So I'm going to count the jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had to bring it in 5 jumps. So it's going to be 8.4 by 10 to the power of 5. So that's going to be how many grams of honey are going to be made by those bees in their lifetime. And that is our answer. Thank you.